Now, I don't know if I have bad memory or not, but didn't we find out a couple episodes ago before Hitoe lost all her memories about being a selector, that if you lose 3 times in a row, you'll lose all memories the moment you became a selector, and you'll have the reversal effect of whatever you're wishing for. In this episode, Akira actually knows about selectors still. She knows about selectors and that she was one, and that Ruko beat her, and Iona beat her, so what the fuck? Okay, whoa. Why does she remember? Now, maybe it has something to do with her wish, but why does she remember? But one major question I have to say is, what the hell is wrong with her face? I still do not feel sadness for Akira's character. I don't. I told you all, I do not like her character. She is made to be a villain, and she did a damn good job of it. But honestly, the way the ending was, the way it fucking cliffhangers, once again, she has a red scar on the side of her face, okay? It looks like it's cracking or something. I didn't really get a good look exactly what it looked like. I mean, I tried to pause the screen, I looked at it, but I really couldn't make out anything else besides a little mark like the red crack on her face going up. I don't know exactly what that emphasizes, what that really means, but whatever it is, it has something to do with, Akira losing 3 times in a row, and it's the reversal effect of her wish. I thought it was supposed to ruin her life, for instance, if she lost 3 times in a row, since she wanted a perfect life to be able to ruin Iona's life. So what the hell is going on with Akira? But with the ending part of this episode, we see Akira in this abandoned warehouse, this abandoned home or whatever. Is that Akira's home now? Is it? I mean, technically, since she was wishing for Iona's life to get ruined, most likely either Iona's life will have to be perfect now, or most likely that Akira will have the reversal effect and have a terrible life. So, as we can see, most likely at the ending part of this episode, she's living in this house, I think. This is me throwing out a theory there. Living in this house by herself now that looks like just worn down, it's destroyed, and pretty much it would not be good living conditions for anyone. If she is living there, well, I guess she kind of deserved what she's done. But besides that, okay, this episode shows more inner thoughts of Ruko. We get to see exactly how she's acting and how she is. For instance, she's having a fight with Iona this episode, which was fucking badass. They really didn't explain the card game element once again, as usual, but it doesn't matter about that. The main focus of this episode was the battle and getting to see the emotions between these 2 characters, Iona and Ruko. Now, as we can see from this episode, Iona is kind of similar to Ruko. She loves fighting, battling, constantly. Bataru, the same thing that Tom always says. So, honestly, Iona's wish most likely is to continue battling, okay? And as we can probably see the development of Ruko's character, she probably wants to continue battling also. Because she technically doesn't have a wish, but most likely she does. Probably to continue battling forever. But what we see in this episode is that Ruko has a very dark side to her. I mean, this has been shown multiple episodes now, but it's finally shown in this episode that she was getting enjoyment in that battle against Iona, where they can pretty much destroy each other's lives that they both lost. Even though they have no wish, most likely something bad will happen if they do lose 3 games. So, besides the fact of their entire life could possibly be ruined, they were having a lot of fun and enjoyment. And what we could see after the end game of the fight, Ruko realizes she completely forgot about her friends. Yuzuki, Hitoe, she forgot about everyone. Akira, she forgot everybody she's probably hurt, and people that are friends that's close to her, because she was just so into the battle. As we can see, Ruko's scary. She has a deep, dark personality inside of her, and I will once again say that most likely it's Tama. Tama most likely is the entire cause of this. I mean, the entire title of the name is called Selector Infected, so maybe Tama is infecting the Selector. I mean, it's possible. I think someone brought this up in the comments a while back, but I mean, I'm just gonna bring that out here right now. But either way, this episode had a lot of dark elements. Once again, it's starting to really kick up in these dark elements, especially the way this episode ended with the crack on Akira's face. I'm interested to find out more about Hitoe. I mean, is she really ever going to overcome what has happened to her? I mean, like I said, I feel so fucking miserable for her character. It's just, my god, I'm kind of happy she wasn't shown much in this episode, because every time I see her on the fucking screen, I get sad, because what has happened to her character is just so fucked up. But I don't need to cover that. I've covered that enough, and I've gotten depressed over that enough, so I'm glad she was only shown for less than 30 seconds this episode. So, one thing we also see is Yuzuki is starting to go after Selectors. She's starting to fight Selectors now, trying to fulfill her wish. As we all know by now, each individual Selector has their own quota to be able to progress into Eternal Girl. For instance, just because you win a match doesn't mean that you're going to get closer to becoming an Eternal Girl. It could take hundreds of matches. So, there has to be a specific qualification for being able to get closer to being an Eternal Girl. Most likely, Ruko and Iona's stance, if they just win a match, they get closer, because they really don't have a wish, and they just want to battle. So, maybe that's only along the lines there, but what if Yuzuki's entire line of being able to grow is to be able to express her love for her brother or something? I don't know, maybe it's something like that, but there's a different way, probably how each individual person, you know, progresses into Eternal Girl. That has already been explained, but I wonder exactly what Yuzuki's requirements are. How many people is she really going to have to beat? And really, I'm loving this series. I really am. Once again, I never expected this series to be this fucking good. It is a really good series. Also, I want to announce something. A lot of people's told me, it's probably everybody knows by now, but I'm letting anyone know if you did not know, there is a Season 2 of Selector Infected with Cross coming out now. So yes, there is a Season 2, so right now, I'm just letting you know that. Now, if I am correct too, this is an original story. There's no manga format or any light novel format of Selector Infected with Cross. So this is all just story writing by the animators and the writers of this anime. So congratulations there. I feel like this series is really special from this anime season. It's definitely something different. I mean, it may be a card game, but it's different. It's very different. It's intriguing, mysterious, and I love the atmosphere about this series. Speaking of atmosphere, that entire battle scene. I mean, we see a clock tick with, you know, we get to see the white and black type clock thing as it ticks for each turn. I like the entire way that atmospheric, like, animation looked there, and I love the music that complemented the entire battle scene. So, that's pretty much all I could cover this week on Selector Infected with Cross. Tell me your thoughts on this episode. Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? What's your favorite moments about it? And do you feel like the series is going to get even darker? Do you feel like Hitoe can be saved? Do you think Akira, the reason why her face is getting cracked is because the entire reasons of her losing 3 matches? Is there something else behind that? How come Akira can remember Selectors? I mean, let me know also in the comments below. Love you all so much. Please be safe. Chibi out.